Hello, I'm Mashiba, came back here to get shout out to you. Hajime per round 14:35 came out earlier today. It's approximately 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US of A. And not much is happening. Slowly working on a comic book. Hopefully, my royalties will kick in as I finish up this other stuff. Another chapters out. Also, announcement. You can now read the first 80 to 100 chapters Hajime Ippo officially in English, and I can't remember the website, but if you look it up, it's confirmed. You can read the first. It's finally getting translated into Hajime Ippo Fighting Spirit. I think it's called Hajime Ippo Fighting Spirit. Or Force. It's Hajime Ippo Fighting Spirit. Look it up. First 100 chapters officially translated is out there. Go check it out. But let's get right into the chapter. Mashiba on the verge of his world title match in Ippo the Southpaw. We see the back of Ippo. As in the Southpaw stance, somebody says, what's going on here? Round 14:35, his sparring partner is a Southpaw. Makaneuchi came to spar, uninvited. What is this? Dojo Yaburi? I mean, if he couldn't do it, I doubt he could have came all the way. I mean, if he couldn't, I doubt he'll come all the way out here. Isn't he retired anyway? Could he even move properly? Forget the coach. Mashiba's son looks like he's gonna lose it. The coach seems pissed. I read that wrong. Apologies. It's the coach sure seemed pissed. Forget the coach. Mashiba seems like he's gonna lose it. And we see Mashiba's coach saying, "Listen, don't think that his punches are diluted. Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. Don't drop your guard." And Itagaki holds Ippo's weights in his hands. And Itagaki's like, "Man, these are heavy." And just look at that fucking smile. Look at that smile. And he looks at Ippo, and as he walks away, and he's like, "I would take him seriously if I was you." And he's looking at Mashiba. And Ippo throws out a few jabs in Southpaw, and Ippo says to himself, like, this. And Mashiba coach says to himself, "I can't shake this feeling that all of a sudden he can fight Southpaw. Is this really okay? Kawagama-san?" And Mashiba says to himself, "You say you're not confident. You can. You say you're not confident that you can keep it injuring me, huh? Yes, that's my line." As he fires at the hitman, "Because I'm fucking confident I'm gonna fuck you up." Like, my goodness. And the Mashiba's coach like, "All right, we're starting. Just 3 rounds." Ippo said to him like this as he's still throwing out jabs in Southpaw. You hear the bell ring. And Ippo said, Itagaki said to himself, "You're in for a surprise." And Ippo steps in. And the people in the back are surprised. They just see Ippo weaving. He's dipping and dodging. He's weaving. He's using the peekaboo stance. And someone says that he's pressing and sharp. And then you have the Mashiba commentary says to himself that peekaboo stance make it hard to tell at first. But he got his left leg in front. So he really did do some Southpaw practice. We got the Ippo insight. Mashiba-san flickers feel like he's fires at random. But he's actually using the pinpoint to target in order to maintain an ideal range. He's mostly aimed for head. Aim at the head and on. Aim at the He mostly aims at the head and on top of the guard. So you have to keep moving your head in order not to let them catch you. As he continue to bob and weave, and it grazes Ippo. And the people and the onlookers in the gym is like he pushed into his chest. And Mashiba's like Southpaw Orchid, he's Russian power steel top tier. I'll give you that much. But if we see a punch goes out, Mashiba unleashes a combination. He pushes him back like he's Richard Bison. Ippo is pushed back, and the onlooker says he's pushed him back. And this guy's like, "Oh man, oh man, I got the surprise. He just went up another gear." And Ippo is breathing heavily. And Mashiba unleashes another flick of a combination. Ippo is blocking up top. Mashiba says to himself, "You talked all that shit with only this much to back it up?" And Mashiba coach like, "You made a mistake, Kawagama. This is what I mean that this is what it means to still be an active boxer." And Ippo says to himself, I can't do anything like this, but I can't go back without being helpful somehow." And Ippo, it's like something clicks. Mashiba says to himself, fucking, and he goes for the chopping right. Go home! And the connection Ippo's guards. Ippo slides back, and he's onto the ropes. And so the onlooker says, he's not letting him get close at all. That's Mashiba saying for you. And the Kake's like, his time off really took a toll. Yeah, his time off really took a toll. Well, it really took, yeah, his toll, huh? And Ippo's like, not yet. I still have to be helpful. I still haven't been helpful at all. We see like Ippo's foot twitch. This guy can notice it. And Ippo's like to himself, I can keep going. And Mashiba says to himself, I'll make you understand. And the guy can put his hands up like, wait. And wait a sec. He jumps into the ring. Time out. And Mashiba's coach like, what? And the onlookers are like, what? Well, he could have keep watching, so he just stopped it. It's already over. And the guy tells Ippo, Senpai, your legs. You forgot to take your weights off. Wait, what? No. Wait, no. No. He did. So that whole shake of the foot, it wasn't just his feet twitching for like him trying to switch back to Orthodox. I didn't notice it, but it's the fucking ankle weights. I forgot all about it. He was like, you're right, my mistake. And the guy is like, just 1 sec, please. They take off the weight. And there's a guy, and Misha was close, is like, what is he doing? And Misha was like, leg weights. The onlooker's like, what did they do? They took off his leg. Wait, they took something off his legs. Well, more than that, is he still gonna keep going? And the Tagake hops out the ring with the weights, and he tell Ippo like, okay, then now you can let loose. And Ippo's like, thank you. Yeah. As he hops from one foot to another. And Ippo says, I'm fairly certain that during your match with Rosalio's son, this precise scenario will unfold. Oh, and we see Ippo's eyes shadowed. So please, pay close attention. And Mishiba's like, says to himself, who cares? He's saying what will, like something special is gonna happen. Ugh. And Mashiba fires back up the hitman stance, and Ippo steps closer. And Mashiba says to himself, don't fuck with me. And this guy is like, okay, time in. And Mashiba goes like, oh yes, box, don't. And Mishiba's at least a flicker. And he's like, don't fuck with me. And wait, it's a slowdown. Wait, we see Ippo's foot. He easily gets through. Easily. Light work. And Mashiba's flicker, happy to be able to fully stand. But Mashiba, you see the lights in his eyes. And you see Ippo's training with the Southpaw with the wood put into the ground, into the grass. And he steps in deep. And connects with a left hand. And it's clean. There's no. It hits on top of his arm. Mashiba's shocked. Mashiba goes for a right uppercut. As Ippo moves out of the way, and he goes, it's one to the body, one for the head. Mashiba looks over. Blam! Did it connect? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! No, that did not connect. No, there's no way he could block it in time. No, there's no shoulder roll or anything. There's no. And like this is not no normal. Hook to the body, hook to the top. Ippo threw his entire body into it, and then with his left hand, and he got powered up. In no way, Ippo, this is supposed to be sparring. You're not supposed to kill him, but he managed to block it. He managed to block it some way, somehow, with his other hand, and Ippo repositioned himself. And Misha is like, that combo just now, what the fuck was that? And Tagaka's like, now you're surprised. Mashiba dumbfounded, to be continued. Well, that's it. That was the last page. Well, how many pages was this chapter then? Like 8, like 17 pages. Oh yeah, it's double page spread, and then it was everything else, and it's like a lot of that. But overall, I say it's a pretty solid chapter. I forgot completely about Ippo's ankle weights. I really did. I guess everybody forgot about it. I forgot he had those damn things on. Which is ironic, because the whole reason why Mara suggested it to him, because Sendo used the ankle weights for his better step in to get in close. So it's ironic I forgot about that. But overall, solid chapter. It's good to see Ippo loosen up and let loose. But overall, just I had no really major thoughts about it. Seeing Mashiba unleash the chopping right, seeing Ippo get through the flickers. I know this time was different. Usually, Ippo goes to the flickers, and you see like Mashiba's hand is like still able to return back to his normal position. But in this case, Ippo just went blast right through it before he even finished throwing up the flicker. Running deep, going for a body blow. Mashiba blocks it with his elbow. And then he repositioned himself to set up for a right hook up top and nearly connect viciously. But Mashiba managed to block it. And there's been a lot of suggestions of what, you know, the ring rush, and he's retired. I'm not hearing it. Vork said otherwise. Sendo said otherwise. So I'm not gonna act like Ippo's in prime condition like he was back when he fought Antonio or Gonzalez. But he's not too far up. He just needs he just needs to sharpen it up. You know, it's a fine sword you got. You just need to throw it back on the grinder. You know, smooth it out. You know, just reaffirm it, smooth it out. You know, just polish it some more. But overall, some good stuff. I was not expecting that. And Ippo threw his entire body weight like that. Entire body weight, like his back was turned completely and everything. You see that panel? Oh, you see that panel. Ugh. Even then, with the whole Ippo and Mashiba, he pulled out some Richard Bison stuff, pushing him back with just the flickers, no normal jabs. He's not in the Slayer stand, just the flickers, like he's Richard Bison against the Great Takamura. But I was surprised to see him miss that chopping right, as in it didn't really connect, as it goes through the guard. Or it'd be like something that cause your fist to hit your own guard. It hits, but Ippo was able to cover up and not get really affected by it. Good instinct on the Monk of the Uchi there. But overall, I'll say it's a pretty solid chapter. Good to see some of that Mashiba insight. Oh, his foot is switched. I thought, oh yeah, but no, it's the ankle weights. My goodness. Let's see what else will come from this. Mashiba was able to cover up well. But I don't think this is the ideal scenario Ippo was talking about. That Ippo, that he's trying to warn Mashiba up that he would counter with Marcus Rosario. I believe it's something different. Even though Rosario won't be a counter puncher, I do believe he throws his punches differently now. And I do believe there's certain aspects that he's similar to Sendo in a way. And the way he throws his punches, the way he load up on his punches. You see he went straight for the body and Ippo instantly went straight for the top. I'm sure Mashiba was able to block it. But that relentless pressure from a world champion, constantly pushing in, and them combination type punches, one back to back, one after. It's not one punch, you know, load up, one punch is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he can easily get through your flickers. Now, the only thing Mario, at least like if he throwing some basic wrestling, then it'll be, hey, you know, it'll be something you've never seen before the end fighter. Aside from just, he can step in deep, he got good head movement, he's a close in-range fighter, and he'll wrap up with, like he'll force Mashiba to a clinch, move his guard around and blam, uppercut, just punish him to the body, punish him. Work him way in the ropes. You know, it's shut down. Well, you know, you could just bounce off the ropes like he's in the Gaku Miata. Nope. No, there's no rope with dope here, buddy. There's no hopping, leaping off the rope. Just cut him off, just wrestling, just into the corner. Boom, boom, pow, punish him to the body. Uppercut, bam. Then like fake, like give him time to breathe. Like make it believe like he's gonna be able to get out of the corner. Boom to the body. Blam with a right uppercut. He goes stumbling back, unleashes an unholy combination into his body. But I don't know. Does it make me excited for the fight? Who knows? If Rosario can counter, it'll be everything. But if it's not, it's just... Hopefully it'll be an extra element than just an infighter and he's a southpaw. Hopefully there is. Hopefully it'll be that extra oomph where it's just like, wow, this guy... This guy's like something that Misha's never faced before. We've never seen the Hitman Slayer style against such a monster like this. Can get a close range infighting. Even if Misha was able to connect clean with him good, he could just use his wrestling to open up and find different points in his guards. Or he's a parrying machine. He can just get in there, just parry, slip, go for the overhand right with the lead right hand. But it's a fake. He goes for another uppercut up to the body. There's ways you could still make this interesting and still make Rosario his own unique character. So Because even Richard Bison was just, well, you know, he's just a copy and paste of Mashiba, so it's just, hey. Just the fact that Mashiba has fought so many infighters that it's just, how many more infighters can he fight? Can we fight an outboxer for once? Can we fight like a Fred Gonzalez hybrid fighter at least once? Who knows? As far as you know, a Mazario can pull out something we've never seen before. Besides from the wrestling. Besides from that. Now, it would be funny if he was a switch hitter. If that was the case, that would be hilarious. But we need somebody a Southpaw, where technically he's a natural ambidextrous, and he barely uses his right, and he barely uses his left hand. But now, since we chose to focus in on it, he's an animal. He could switch back and forth just like a Randy Boy Jr. mutated. And he's fighting with bad intentions. And what's in this case, the adding to the whole wrestling thing, he could hold on the back of Mashiba's head and uppercut him. Now, technically, it's a doting boxing technique, but we have seen the likes of Anthony Joshua and some other fighters use it inside the ring and not really get called for it. So just, hey, maybe this man's a monster. Hit him behind the ear, it's like, maybe you give a case where he punched so hard where it doesn't matter where he hits you, he's just trying to monsterly damage you like he's an animal, he's a beast. Trying to use these convict techniques, just trying to punish him any way he can. Maybe Mashiba's arms would be sawed up like a Ippo like destroyed Mashiba's left elbow. It's just like, what is he gonna do? He got one good arm. And this time he didn't take out his flicker arm. He took out his hammer on, the sludge hammer, the chopping right. How's you gonna put him down? How's you gonna? He's just like, yeah, hey, that's his main gun. That's his power weapon. You shut that down. What does Mashiba have? He could no longer follow up with the flicker. But who knows? Maybe the style will switch. We have seen Mashiba fight one on it before. With this insight, it does add a further perspective. Hey, there could be more to this fight than I could have imagined. Maybe the fight might not be as base as I thought it was. Who knows? Who knows? But hey. It can all just be wishful thinking, and this can just be another, well, you know, it was alright, I guess. But who knows? But it does add some interesting perspective. This, he could be a monster right here. Mazario could be more dangerous than I thought he could be. Maybe he could be a more unique infighter than I thought he could be. Maybe you don't need to be a counter specialist, but you need to be a different type of infighter that Mashiba haven't encountered before, with combinations more similar to Sendo, with a relentless aggression, with a bad boy, dirty boxing attitude. Maybe this time, instead of any type, well, you know, he do an elbow, he step on Mashiba's foot, blam. Let's see Mashiba attempt to fight with a bad foot. And this is not a preconceived injury. This is the injury he got right in the match. Flashback to what he did to Miata. How does it feel now, huh? How does it feel now? You're the one who got a broken foot. You're the one who got the messed up footwork. Now you got to try to attempt to defend yourself. And the best part about it, it won't be his pivot leg. Oh no. What if Marcus Rosario break his backup leg? The one he used, not his pivot leg, but it'd be his right leg. The one he used for the power punches, the mixed up combinations. You cripple that, then what do you got? At least with a broken front foot, it's like you can like switch the foot, or you can still like use that back foot as like some leverage. But if you break that back foot, what leverage you gonna have? You're just throwing the arm punches more or less. You can't really throw your hip into it, especially when you want to connect with that chopping right, just monstrous. So there's ways to go. I am more interested. I am. This has piqued my interest, but hey, who knows? Who knows? But overall, I enjoyed the chapter. It was a solid chapter. Still not. Well, you know, I'm glad to fight after Dex. But hey, at least we got a chance to see Ippo back doing some sparring, doing something. And maybe, but the coach, what Mashiba's coach said was right. Maybe he is in somewhat world champion tier boxing state. Who knows? Maybe he is in that level. And with the combination of new Demtrill setup and with the pairing he does, and all the other niche techniques he learned from using the meat, maybe he's more of a monster than ever again. And if we can get a complete Ippo, I'm gonna be honest, right? I don't know if Sendo can fight like that complete mastered Ippo like that. I don't know. Unless Sendo pulls out something against Ricardo, where it's not just for, you know, a smash or the anti-Ricardo thing. Unless you pull out something that's out of his arsenal, he's not beating that complete Ippo. It ain't happen. It's just not. Not even Miata would be able to stop him. It's just like with the tools Miata got in his arsenal, I don't see it happen. It's just not. There's only so far a counter can do where you can't predict where his head is moving. Once he destroyed that. not only with the anti-Demtrio, but also with this brand new setup where you can go for a liver blow or a gazelle punch right then and there. It's not just a figure eight motion. There's something more, something beyond. The most elusive head movement the world has ever seen. You can easily fake out for a Demtrio spit as a wind up and just trick them out with a short straight right. There's so many different combinations, but hey, Ippo can turn into a dangerous man. With those combinations, the punching power and the IQ, he can become a dangerous man, but who knows? Who knows? It could all just be what's speaking. But overall, we got a lot of chatter, like, comment, subscribe, and how do you believe the rest of the Spar turn out? Would there be more tools from Rosario Arsenal that Ippo realized that he'll use against for Mashiba, or this is the best extent of it? This is the quote-unquote Ippo's worst case Mashiba scenario. But I mean, MSWK, we got to like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and please. Also, I'm slightly sick, so if I kind of sound strange, and if I don't edit anything out, that's why. Peace.